everybody. I'm Mike Hamilton. This is
Jeff Lovett.
And welcome to the Jeff and Hammy Show. Today, I got a little bit of a surprise for Jeff. I have a list here. In our business, this is before you start getting into your own marketing and doing your own thing to build up your own clientele. A good store is probably income-wise for a good salesman working off the store's produced leads, somewhere between $80,000 to $120,000 a year. Would you be That's what I've seen.
Yeah.
Then there's individuals out there who've gone far beyond that with their own stuff when they're doing their own social media marketing and actual real advertisements and stuff like that, and made much more money than that. But you could expect, if you're working at a good quality dealership, to be making that sort of an income if you have the energy. It doesn't even take ability. And I'm going to go over this list.
Yep.
And this list, and Jeff will know what it is once I read it out.
Is that a secret list you have there? Or?
Sort of.
Okay.
So,
okay.
10 things that require zero talent.
10 things that require zero talent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read them out, and Jeff's gonna give you the definition of what that means to him.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Number one.
Okay.
Being on time.
Being on time. That's right. The early bird gets the worm. I always love to use this industry like sports. If you were a quarterback or if you were playing professionally, are you going to show up 5 minutes before game time?
No, they're hours early.
You're going to prep. You're going to get there. You're going to look at the inventory. You're going to walk the lot. You're going to get prepared for your day. You're mentally going to set out, what do I have to do? Who are the contacts I have to make ahead of time to sell one car a day? If you're going to make six figures in anything, you've got to do some preparation. So you got to be on time.
Yeah, it's like making a salad, right? We don't just throw the tomatoes and everything else uncut, right? Do we have to prep it out and get it ready before we put all the ingredients together, and that makes a delicious salad, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Number two, making an effort.
Making an effort. Yeah. I think, I would say people don't really know how much, they don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. Mm-hmm. And making an effort means you actually care for your customer. People can definitely smell it when you're just trying to make a sale.
Yes.
Or you're desperate for a sale versus, hey, you know what? I'm actually caring about this person. Yes, you need to make a sale, but you're actually caring about the person's needs, and you're going to go above and beyond to make that happen. You and I have always talked about that. There's been times where like, dude, you need to make the effort. Get out there, even if you don't want to. Take them on the test drive. Go through the motions, because you never know.
For sure. I like this one here. Especially for the new individual, being high energy.
Being high energy. I think that would be probably just dovetail on what I just said. Mm-hmm. I tell a lot of new sales guys is when they're like, hey, I'm in a good mood. I'm like, okay, well, maybe you need to let your face know that you are. Because a lot of times people think that they're being positive, but they really need to be about 20% higher energy than you really think that you are. It's just how it works. So when you think that you're being excited on the phone, be about 25 to 30% more energetic on the phone than you really think that you are.
100%. Yeah. And I can remember this from my beginning days. You'll find that new salesmen will sell like 20 cars in a month, right?
Yeah.
Like I can remember getting a customer to drive in, or what we call an up in the business, come in at like 10 in the morning on a Saturday. I sell them and be done by noon, and I felt great. I was like freaking excited. And then those customers that came in later that afternoon had no chance because I was on fire.
I was on a roll.
I was already excited. Yeah. Then that led me to my first hat trick, which you'll learn that in the business eventually. Getting 3 sales in a day. Most dealerships have some sort of a bonus plan for that. Let's go on to the next one. Yep. This is another one that you have to look in the mirror every day at. Having a positive attitude.
Having a positive attitude. I think that one's pretty easy. It's amazing that people that have a negative attitude normally don't make a lot of sales.
Oh, yeah.
and the momentum can go the other way. When you have a negative attitude, everything goes wrong. When you have a positive attitude, it's amazing. The guys that have the good attitudes, everything goes right.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And a lot of times, it's not that the guys that have good attitudes don't have a lot of bad things happen. We just don't let that derail us. Just the other day, On a Saturday, it was busy. I went through 3 or 4 people with 0 sales. And I took a little 30-minute break and just took a break. I said, okay, it has nothing to do with me. I'm just having a kind of a bad day. And I turned it around and ended the day with a sale. So again, you've got to have that positive attitude, and it's about having a good attitude even when things aren't going good, and that's going to build some momentum for you.
Yeah, you remember we used to work with an individual. I'll just give you his initials, RW. But remember that guy had a lot of talents and was really good when customers were sitting down with him.
Yeah.
Could sell for the full amount of money. Could get an under allowance on a trade. But the space between these two ears here, he would get himself into a negative state of mind. And what did he sell normally on an average month? 10, 12? Right? When the guy was probably a good 20-car salesman if you wanted to be. But he let his attitude get in the way.
Yep.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Be passionate.
Be passionate. If you don't love your product, if you don't love who you're working for and what you're selling, you need to go find something else.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a guy named Tom Hopkins one time said, if you are passionate about bar stools, burn on fire for bar stools. If you're passionate about vehicles, people can sense that. You have to be passionate about what you're selling. If you don't, go find a job that you're passionate about and go all into it. Now, I mean, we sell for a brand called Toyota. Everybody heard of that? I think they're pretty darn good vehicles. When I can help somebody get on a road in a Toyota, I'm pretty passionate about it. The cars that last forever.
For sure.
Yeah.
Number 6, another one, using good body language.
Using good body language. A lot of times people shake somebody's hand and they got a frown on their face and hey, how you doing? Versus, hey, how you doing? Welcome to ABC Motors. How can I help you today? The body language, you're happy to see somebody. You're glad that they came. You're introducing yourself to everybody. People can tell.
Oh, yeah.
People can definitely tell in the body language. Versus, hey, man, are you here to buy or not? Wow. I can't tell you how many people will say, you know what, you were nice to me up front. That's why we bought a car from you today.
Yeah.
You've probably seen the same thing.
Definitely, like when I'm sitting with customers and they do this, this kind of puts me off, So, I mean, don't do that as a salesperson. Something that, starts getting me on edge when I have a customer doing that to me. So, definitely wouldn't want to be doing that to my customers.
Gotta have that.
This one here, I think, is number 1 in my list of all these 10 things to do. Being coachable. Being
coachable is right. Nothing's tougher than when you're struggling on the lot and someone grabs you and said, hey, let me talk to you about what you're not doing right. I hate that. There's a guy here that sells more gross and more units pretty much than anybody here, and he's helping me all the time to say, you're spending way too much time on a locate, or you're spending way too much time with John and Sally that aren't pre-qualified to buy and need 49 different steps to get bought.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it really is being coachable to other people that are successful that can say, hey, here's a little tweak you need to make. Right? Every professional athlete needs a good coach to help them get across the goal line.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like Tom Brady, by bar none's the best quarterback in history NFL, right? But without coaches along his career, like head coaches and quarterback coaches and the people that were analyzing what he's doing, and not because he can't see himself throwing the ball. So, and they're critiquing the small things that, and of course he had all this God-gifted talent, but it took a lot of God-gifted talented coaches to get him to the level he got to.
Yep.
So that was, I've always looked at sales training as being the most important thing in this business.
Definitely right.
Especially if you want to be good at it.
Definitely right.
Okay, then the next one, number 8, doing a little extra.
Doing a little extra. That's a great one. I heard one of your mentor guys, one of the top salesmen in the world, that says if you can't afford to give your customers bottled water, you need to find something else to do. So when somebody comes in, they're excited about a car. Can I get you a coffee? Can I get you a nice bottled water? Just these extra little things that can make all the difference. Can I get you anything? Is there anything I can do? Can I help bring in stuff from the car? All those little extra things that you do, people notice that stuff. And getting them comfortable in a dealership where they're not comfortable. You're the professional, you're comfortable, but doing those extra little things. Can I get you a bottle of water? Can I get you a cup of coffee? Can I make you more comfortable?
Yeah, and I also would say that for dealership life too, doing a little extra, when there's things needed to be done on the lot or
Oh,
whatever.
totally.
Like
Lot work. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, getting on the good side of your management team is
Yeah.
going to be helpful for you because they're going to be willing to, when you can't get somebody to take a price or something, they're going to be sometimes willing to cut that price because you've done the extra for them that
Yeah.
they'll see the value in losing some money in some cases because you've done the work elsewhere. And sometimes they might even give you a deal here and there or something
Sure.
because you've done a little extra and showed the effort here.
That's right.
Number 9, being prepared.
Being prepared is really good, and I've got a lot of videos on that, but you really do have to have a game plan. You really have to make a plan for your day. I always like to tell people, and all the time I go back to the basics is I walk the lot every day. I need to know my numbers. My numbers are, if you take 4 fresh ups and get 4 fresh phone numbers and names, contacts, 4 fresh contacts in one day, you're going to sell 1 car.
Mm-hmm.
So in your mind, that's your plan. You're going to walk the lot, you're going to get your 4 contacts, and you're going to do your follow-ups. Either what is that saying that says either if you prepare to fail or you plan to win? I mean, you have to plan to win in this business. And everyone knows that successful always has a plan. You have to have a plan.
Yeah, I've heard it like people don't plan to fail; they fail to plan.
That's what I was looking for. Right,
Yeah,
right,
so
right there.
like I would
Yeah.
say prepared for me is knowing my inventory on the lot, walking the lot at least once a day, especially early in the day. And so when cars are coming across you, you know what's available. And then also what could be a switch vehicle. Also, when you have an appointment, it's getting that vehicle ready for the customer. Get out there. Make sure it's not a smoker's package.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
old, really gross or dirty or something like that. Try to, a lot of times I've cleaned cars that customers didn't buy from me. But
Yeah.
you getting that car up there front and ready. When they get there, here it is, Mrs. Customer, instead of having to run around the whole lot looking
Yeah.
for it. Finally, number 10, having a strong work ethic.
Yeah, I've heard the saying, I'd rather try to tame a bull than kick a dead dog on the lot. So guy, you really can't teach work ethic. You can show a guy what's possible. You can show your team member, but at the end of the day, you got to put in the work, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you it takes 4 contacts every single day to get a sale, but I can't train you. I can't force you to go take the 4 contacts. And if I were to get anyone excited about this business, is if you've got to make the contest to succeed.
For sure.
Yeah.
So all I would say is one last thing is like Jeff Levitt was given his plaque for 5 years of service, and the one thing that the general manager said to Jeff was that, hey, look at how he works, and this is how you want to do your career, but look how Jeff does his day. And that's all I got to say. Well, I want to thank you again for watching the Jeff and Hammy Show. We'll see you next week.
Time to lock up.